Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we will discuss about linear graphs and Cartesian plane topic of class 9 mathematics. We have already done till chapter number 7, what are equations and linear inequations, and for chapter number 8. What are linear graphs? For graph making, you must need to know about what is an ordered pair. We have already done how to create the graph, how to make the graph. So, graph can be made through some ordered pair. So, what is ordered pair? Ordered pair of real number of x and y pair is ordered pair in specific order like x comma y. This is called ordered pair, in which elements are written in some specific order, like first element is the value of x and the second element is the value of y. So x and y both are real numbers, where x and y are real numbers. Okay. For example, if we have some value 2 and minus 3, then we must know that the value of x here is 2 and the y is minus 3. So, this is just because of its specific order like x comma y. Also, x comma y will not equal to y comma x. X comma y, because this is not a specific order, this is not anything. X comma y is a specific order and y comma x is not any specific order. So this is the main thing that is called ordered pair. So through ordered pair we can easily draw the graph. How we can draw, where we can draw the graph, that is called Cartesian plane or XY plane. Cartesian plane or XY plane, basically this is the platform where which we can easily draw the graphs. A Cartesian plane establishes one-to-one correspondence between the set of ordered pairs. For example, you have already done the basic things about graph, and how to draw the graph within class 6, 7 or 8. This is called Cartesian plane, in which this horizontal axis is called x-axis and this vertical line is called y-axis. This combination of both axes makes the Cartesian plane. Okay. So this combination of both axes make this Cartesian plane through which we can easily draw the graphs. Towards the right hand side, this is called x and this is x dash, mean to say the negative values can be presented and towards the right hand side, we need to draw the positive values of x-axis. And this is y-axis, this is y, and this is y dash. Into say, above this line, positive values, and below this line, negative. For example, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and so on. Positive values are on right side, and -1, -2, -3, and so on. Negative values lies on the left hand side. Similarly, the above side, +1, +2, +3, and so on. These values lie within y-axis, and below this negative values. So these are some basic laws through which we can plot the graph. Now this is the point of intersection through which both lines intersect each other. This point is called origin. Origin or normally denotes the point O, where both the values of x and y both are 0. X value is also 0 and y value is also 0. This is called Cartesian plane. So on this Cartesian plane, we can easily draw a graph. Now, some rules about how to draw the graph. That is very important. This is, so this you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. Basically, these are 4 quadrants. This is called first quadrant.
जैसे ये आपके पास नहीं है, आपको ये पसंद है, आपने इसको
Quadrant means fourth part. This is second quadrant.
जो कमेंट्स कोई और भी भेजते हैं ना, आपको पसंद आया, आपके पास नहीं तो आप
third
उसको
quadrant.
है.
And this is called fourth quadrant. These are 4 quadrants in which we need to plot the graph. For first quadrant, you need to understand that this is x-axis and this is y-axis. This is the boundary of the first quadrant. You can see that within this boundary, both the values of x and y both are positive. This line contains positive number, this line contains also positive number. So x comma y will be its significant. X comma y. Towards second quadrant, this is the boundary of second quadrant. You can see that the values of x relevant to negative degree, so its significance is -x comma, and y values are positive. So this is -x comma 1. For the third quadrant, the boundary of third quadrant is this. You can see that the values of x are negative, and for this boundary, the values of y are also negative. So its significance is -x minus y because both are negative. And for fourth quadrant, its boundary is at this. X is positive and y are negative. So x is positive and y are negative. Now these 4 significance ordered pairs are different from each other. This is x, y, this is negative x, y, this is negative x, negative y, this is x, comma negative y. 4 values are different. So whenever both values are positive, then we can draw the graph or that value within first quadrant, or whenever x is negative but y is positive, we will draw it within second quadrant. Whenever both values are negative, we can draw it within third quadrant. Whenever x value is positive but negative is y, so we need to draw it within fourth quadrant. So you need to draw and learn these things through which you can easily draw the graph. Now, after clearing these concepts, you can easily do the and solve exercise 8.1. Exercise 8.1 is determine the quadrant of the coordinate plane in which the following points lie. Determine the quadrant. You need to find the quadrant in which these values lie. First is minus 4, 3. Second is minus 5, minus 2. Third, 2, 2. Fourth is 2, minus 6. Now you have 4 points P, Q, R, and S. So you need to find the quadrant. First is this. You can see that what is the value of x? Right? The value of x is -4. The value of y is +3. So you need to find the quadrant. Recall within your mind that we have already done some moments before that in which quadrant these values can lie. So recall within your mind that which quadrant it must be, that x is negative but y is positive. That is second quadrant. So within second quadrant, you need to draw these values because it is requirement for only second quadrant. Because for second quadrant, the values of x are negative, but the value of y are positive. What about this point Q? You can see that the value of x is negative, but the value of y is also negative. So the values both are negative. These are only coincided with third quadrant. Okay. The value of x is positive 2, y is also positive 2. Mean to say both values are positive. So both values are positive within only first quadrant. So 1 point. And the last, x is positive but y is negative. That is only for fourth quadrant. This was your question number 1. Now, how to draw the graph? That is our question number 2. How we can easily draw the graph? Okay. Question number 2 is draw the graph first is if x is equal to 2. You need to draw the graph for which x is equal to 2. What does it mean? Its meaning is obviously for graph drawing we need both values of x and y. But here you can see that only we have given the value of x. It doesn't mean that you don't have any value of y. It means that you have any value of y, but the value of x is only 1. So the value of x is only 1, that is 2. Mean to say x, value of x is fixed, can't be changed to 2. But y can be changed, y can be any value, but the value of x must be 2. So how we can draw the graph of this one? We need to draw the Cartesian plane. This is called Cartesian plane or XY plane. So this is X, this is X dash. X and X dash meaning that for X you need to label the positive values. For X dash you need to label the negative values of X. This is Y axis, for which this is Y, this is Y dash. We need to say for Y you need to label the positive values of Y, and below this for Y dash you need to label the negative values of Y. Okay. Now I can easily make some ordered pairs through which we can draw the graph. For example, this is X and this is Y. We have the value of X that is fixed. I am fixing it to, and for Y, you can solve this type of part through all values, negative and positive also. So consider all the values. Even 0, you need to consider it. For Y, you need to consider firstly some negative values. For example, if X is 2, I am considering Y negative 2. This is your choice. That for any value of Y, you can do it because you don't have any specific value of Y, but you have only the value of X that is fixed. You can't change this value. That's why I'm putting the value of X that is 2, but for Y, I'm first trying to, okay, through minus 4. First is minus 4. Now, other pair is the value of X is 2. The value of Y I'm considering minus 1. Okay, two values I'm considering of negative, but the value of X is fixed because it is fixed through the question. Now, third is X is equal to 2, but Y I'm considering 0. Okay. Again, X is equal to 2. Y is equal to 2. Again, considering 2. And Y now 4. Okay. I have done with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values in which X is fixed because X is already fixed. But Y you can change it. This is your choice that any value of Y you can get. I have randomly picked some number, some 2 are negative, 2 are positive, and 1 is 0. That is your choice. Now you can easily make the ordered pairs. First ordered pair is 2, minus 4. This. First ordered pair is 2, minus 4. Other is 2, minus 1. Then 2, 0. Then 2, 2. These 5 ordered pairs for which I am going to plot these points within this graph, and we can check that. Which type of graph it must be. First, you can see that we need to plot the values of X. The value of X is only positive 2. So this is 0, positive 2 will be on x-axis, that is toward this side. This is 0, this is 1, and this is 2. I need to log this and don't need to move forward. Okay. For Y, this is negative 4. This is negative 1, this is 0, this is 2, and this is 4. Okay, for negative 4, this is for Y. So, this is negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. Negative 4 just because of it lies within y-axis. Minus 4 is done. Minus 1 is also done. Okay. Now I need 0. 0 is here. This is 0. Origin. This is 0, comma 0. Okay. Then positive 2 and positive 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have plotted these some values, but this is not a fixed thing. Through dotted line, we can represent that this thing is so off toward positive sign and also towards negative sign. Now, how we can draw this? First, here is 2 comma minus 4. We need to draw this point 2 comma minus 4. Very easy method. You start it from origin. First, you need to move towards the positive 2. There is positive 2 that is on x-axis. So, positive 2 is here. So, move your cursor towards positive 2. Now, this is positive 2. Now, you need to move forward toward negative 4. So, negative 4 is on y-axis. So, y-axis is below this. So, very closest to this point 2 and towards the negative 4. In front of y-axis, in front of this way, you need to move forward your cursor. So this is minus 4. This is minus 4, and this is 2. That point must be in front of both axis points. That is, this point is in front of positive 2, and this point in front of negative 4. So this point is called 2 comma minus 4. This is the first point. Now you need to draw this one 2 comma minus 1. So again you need to start it from origin. First you need to move towards the positive 2 x-axis. So positive 2 is this. Cursor is here 2, and then you need to move toward negative 1. But this negative 1 is on y-axis, meaning to say below the line. So this is 2, and this is negative 1. So move your cursor below this. This is 2 comma minus 1. Now this point is again in front of positive 2, again in front of negative 1. This point must be in the front of both axes. Okay. Now we will discuss about this 2 comma 0. Okay. Again start from here. For positive 2, move your cursor toward positive 2. This is positive 2. Now you need to move your cursor towards 0. You are already on 0 because 0 is this. So this point is 2 comma 0. Now this is 2 in front of 0 and in front of 2. But or you can say that at the point of 2. Now the second the fourth is 2 comma 2. Again start from here. First you need to approach the value of x, that is 2. The value of x is here. This is 2. Now you need to move towards the positive 2. So for this time, the positive 2 is on above the axis. This positive. So you need to move your cursor upside. This point is 2 comma 2. This point is just in front of this 2 and this 2. You can see that this line, this straight line is going to be made. Now the last is 2 comma 4. Again, start from origin. This is 2, and this positive 4 is for y, that is here. Yeah. Okay, you can see that these points will make, after drawing these points, you can draw the straight line. At point 2, this is point 2, you need to draw the straight line. But this line till this point or till this point is not confirmed to these points. These can be any points. So you need to make it extend towards upside and towards downside. You need to say this line can be extended. So this is the graph at point x is equal to 2, then at x is equal to 2. If you are not going to draw these points, you need to just only draw the x at point x equal to 2, you need to just draw the line segment, just like this. Okay, this was part number 1. Now for part number 2. Part number 2 is for x is equal to -3. Now this is again just like the previous part. We need to say the value of x is fixed at -3, but the value of y are not fixed. So value of y can be any value. So you don't need to draw through points. If you need to draw it through the points, you can do this. This is positive x. This is negative. This is positive y. This is negative. Now you need to find where is the value of x equal to -3. This is the region. The value of x that is negative will be here. -1, -2, -3. Now, if you are going to draw the graph like -3, -2, -3, -3, -3, 4, and so on, the values of x will be -3 just because these values are fixed, and the value of y will be changed. So, this graph can also be just like that we have already done within first part. So the focus point is only x equal to -3. This is x equal to -3. You need to extend this line upside and downside. Just like within previous part, that this line is extendable. So this line can be extendable towards y-axis, positive, or y-axis negative. So all the points lie within these lines. Mean to say, if you are going to draw these points, then first point is this, or suppose second is this, third is this, fourth is this. After joining these points, you will have this straight line. So you don't need to draw these points, just draw a straight line just like this, and this line representation will be of x is equal to -3. And that's it. Okay, in the next lecture we will discuss about some more questions like this. Now, if you have any question regarding today's lecture or any previous lecture, you can ask it now, and thank you.